I didn't get through the intro.
You
Well,
told us
everyone-
we weren't allowed to smile, so we're all sitting like
Couldn't do it. Welcome everyone to another what we on G&T podcast with myself, Tam, and Gary. Evening.
how do it?
You nailed that, Tom.
That was,
Thank you.
That was
Enthusiastic.
flawless, mate. It was flawless.
We haven't spoke since thingy. Obviously, me and Tam have done a podcast. So happy New Year, Gary.
Yes, thank you. Happy New Year
mate.
to you both.
Good Christmas. Good New Year.
Lovely, mate. Thank you. Well needed. It's
Yeah.
that awkward time, isn't it, where I was quite fortunate. I had 17 days off over Christmas.
Mm.
And I remember I put my out of office on and I thought, this is going to be fucking lovely.
Mhm.
And then the first couple of days you think, I've got so much time off. Then you have that period where you think, Jesus Christ, I'm already over a week into it. And then you get to that point of, I probably actually should go back to work now. Everyone else has gone back to work. The weather's shit. There's nothing to do. There's nothing on telly. Oh, I'm just going to go back to work. So yeah, it was my first day back today. And yeah, it was a bit of a shock to the system when the alarm went off this morning, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And you've already booked the next time off now already after the one day.
Yeah, already looked at the bank holidays thinking, right, how can I capitalise on this?
Yeah.
Get as much time off for as little holiday as possible. But yeah, what about yourselves? Do you have a good one?
Yeah, mate, it was good. Good. Yeah. Too much
Yeah,
to drink,
I
too
mean-
much to eat, the usual.
What I want to delve into a bit more, Tam, is on our Discord chat, there was a message over the festive period of Michelle putting you in bed and you not really knowing how you got there. You were able to sort of
Well, I went out.
Break that down?
It was a night out. It was Michelle's cousin runs the pub. That was the one I sent a picture of for a thing of a meet
for
up.
the meetup.
If we're going to go to Scotland, up to Scotland, it'd be ideal because I know the people that run it. So we went there, and then the shots came out. I was up singing karaoke, apparently. I say apparently because I have no recollection of it. Highway to Hell. So, yeah,
Good choice.
don't remember getting home. Apparently, Michelle had to strip me off, take my jeans off. Unfortunately, nothing more than that happened. And then her and Dylan, my youngest boy, I kept trying to come out the room thinking I was hilarious, rolling about in the bed and all that, giggling like a wee schoolboy. And I felt like they could hear me moving about, and Dylan was saying, "Well, Mummy, that's him, he's coming, he's getting back up again." And she was shouting in the door at me to get back into bed. Just absolutely out of my tree. Horrific.
Brilliant.
And my mother-in-law, she was there as well. And apparently she sat on the stairs to take her shoes off and fell asleep on the bottom of the stairs. So
That's good going.
it's the shots. See, once they came out, that's game over.
What's the shot of choice?
I don't even know what it was, but they were strong as hell. They were horrific. But yeah,
Beautiful.
so,
Just makes everyone look forward to this meetup.
oh,
And
mate.
times more.
No,
I know what I need to get out now.
no, I wouldn't do it again, man. Said that to Michelle. I was like, no, I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, but how many times has every adult said that?
I
Never
know.
again.
No.
Never again.
There's a
And then you got your head in a bin. Like,
It's like the old Scottish saying, "I'm off it," which means I'm never drinking again. And it's like, I think every Scottish person said it at some time in their life. But
yeah, normally when they was at school.
I was about to say,
Oh,
normally before they've hit like 12.
yeah. But yeah, that was the story of Tam the Drunken Bum.
Sounds like a quality night.
It was amazing, mate. It was a quiz thing they were doing, but it was one for the year. So me and Michelle's dad and her uncle and her cousin as well, and 4 of us were in a team. We're going, it's all about Taylor Swift and all that. The fuck do we know about Taylor Swift?
You've ruined this week's quiz now.
Yeah. Well, so I think we came second last, hilariously.
Brilliant. Gotta love a quiz. We're looking forward to yours this week, Tom, because we hear on the grapevine that you've taken your feedback on board.
Yep.
That was direct feedback from a family member, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah, apparently. I looked very unenthusiastic doing pretty much like I am now. But like I said, it's the constant mocking and being put under pressure and then not getting the words out right.
Do you know what, mate?
So,
Do you know what? I think me and Gary we're going to make a promise. No matter how shit your quiz gets, because let's be honest, it is going to get shit at some point.
Yeah.
We will not mock you straight away.
but
We'll
see,
wait
you've
a
already
bit.
ruined this one because I've done a quiz on the last year.
You fucking better not have. Fucking
And you've already ruined it.
Jesus.
Well, I'll be interested to see your delivery in the quiz, Tom.
Yeah.
Flawless.
And
I look forward to the tiebreaker then if it's about this year. That's the only way I'm going to stand a chance.
Yeah.
tiebreaker. That's my speciality, that is.
Yeah.
Well, obviously the main thing that's brought us three together is our darts group, the Inclusive Darts League, and we've had a very successful time over Christmas with all these new members. So
Yes.
you might have a few people watching this for the first time that have recently joined our group. So welcome aboard.
I think this is a diabetes awareness channel, but it's not, guys. We
It's
don't
not
have
enough.
we don't have diabetes. Okay, just to reiterate that
Yeah,
Well, last time I
Yeah.
checked.
no.
that we know of.
Not last time you checked your blood sugar
Mhm.
levels.
Or peed on a stick.
Yeah, no, that's been awesome to see
Mate.
over the Christmas period.
I love
It's
how
just
Tom-
gone through the roof.
I love how Tom's roped you into doing a lot of the league stuff and all that, but correlating all the names. I'm like,
It's very
yeah,
subtle the way he does it.
yeah, but I was like, yeah, I am very busy this time of the year.
Oh, work's hectic.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's convenient it's finished this. He's already chomping at the bit. He's already like, oh, well, season will finish in May. That's fine. I'll help next time.
yeah.
Just you wait.
Meanwhile, I'm like,
No,
anyone want a friendly?
All joking aside, though, it's a great problem to have because
Yeah,
when we started talking about, we probably need to just create a bit of a waiting room for people because we're going to get a few people over Christmas.
Yeah.
He's nowhere near expecting the volume that we got. And it's great because they're all so keen to get involved and
Yeah.
jump straight into tournaments. So,
That's-
it's been good.
that's one of the big things as well, mate. As you just touched on there, is the tournaments thing. The one night tournaments is been crazy. I mean, 32, or about 33 was it?
32.
32.
Yeah.
That's just bananas.
Yeah.
So, talking about the keen players coming in, Tam, have you seen the boo-boo that I've made?
No, mate, what have you done? No. So I added no at the end there because there's no end of them.
So, everyone's trying to contact this Jade for his league game, tagging him and all that. And then there's been a slight discussion. Has he left? Has he not? And it's just,
You put the wrong name down.
I put the wrong name. I put the wrong one in the group. So
Admin error.
and the worst thing is the one that's meant to be in there has been put in the waiting room and in like the general chat. Can't wait to get joined in. Can't wait to start. And I'm just like, yeah, we haven't got space for you at the minute.
It's been in there from day one.
Oh, mate.
He should have been in there already, like organising games. I've put the wrong one in.
Ah, that's the thing though. With that number of names, it's so easy to just have an oversight or just a sleep.
Oh, it is
That's-
because you get people joining and they're only giving you their first name.
Yeah,
And me and Tom are on the phone like, Neil. Has Neil got a surname? He's like, no, it's just Neil. And you're like, okay, just Neil. And then you get to the next Neil and you're like, has this Neil got a surname? We can't have two just Neils. Fucking hell.
I was saying right. When I was at work the other week there, I was looking at the names and I went, right, I need to start putting in these guys' full names, their nickname part. It's like, because it's just ridiculous looking at it. You're like, I have no clue who that person is.
Yeah.
And then, as you said, I think it was the one that was Wayne. I know I'm not going to go on the Wayne rampage again. But there was a couple of guys called Wayne, and you're going, right, we need to put in their full name because it's just going to cause utter confusion. Yeah.
See, when they were sending things in, it was like Gary B, Gary B, Gary B. And I was like, how many Gary B's can I put down?
Yeah. I think we need to maybe put in and ask people just to put their actual name,
Full
their full
name.
name down, just so that for our benefit, just to make it easier. When I say our benefit, I mean the two of you. I mean, so as you two can sort it.
I'm not doing it next time.
Yeah,
If that means it stops, it stops.
that's cool, mate. Hey, Gary, you hit next time, mate.
Let's spirit.
Yeah.
Well, there is things going around, Tam, that me and you are like trying to palm it all off, and we don't actually do much.
I'd love to say that it's not true, mate, but yeah, I'll happily sit and do nothing. But the thing is I've noticed, see, when you do go on, is the amount of, just the sheer volume of messages to try and get through. You're like, holy shit.
Well, no.
You go, I think we maybe need to try and get a couple of more guys in just to help out, just because of the sheer volume of messages that are coming in. You can't keep track of all of that. That's just bananas.
All the ones that are in there helping already pull their finger out a bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Rich, I'm talking to you, mate. Yeah.
Brilliant.
That's how even the Premier League chat, the admin thing and all that, you're just like, Jesus, it's just that alone's enough to keep you going. Without all of the other leagues and the team leagues starting back up as well. I think me and Tom are going to end up in a lunatic asylum, I think.
I sat there and I messaged Tam. Was it yesterday I messaged you about the team league?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll have a look and get that started up. Because we'd done the break for Christmas and whatnot. I was like, I don't know if I put results in. Nothing.
Don't up to date. Don't know what's
searching for results. I was just like,
it's funny. I mean, I played Gav I got drawn against Gav Palmer in the New Year Cup. And played him straight away because I had a bit of free time and thought, sod it, let's just play and get it done. He done me 3-0. Put the result in, and Tom replied, is this just some weird mind games you're trying to play with him, or have you actually played?
Yeah, see.
I was like, no, unfortunately, that is actually the result.
Actually happened.
Yeah, and then I thought, oh, thank God for that. That's one less thing to have to read. I'm out of it. Done. I ain't got to think about that now. But you look at some of the tournament sign-ups, you think, over 30 people a night, and you think, if I do well, very unlikely, but if I do well, I'll still be playing at like midnight. I think, I'm not signing up to that tonight.
Well, I played the Premier League one. I was in, was it Group B or Division B, whatever you'd like to call it. And I got to the final, and because of the camera issues that were happening, I think I touched on it in the weekly roundup podcast, and it was like 2.5 hours we were playing. That's only, I know it's a longer format, but you're going, that was only 3 games. You just go, Jesus Christ, man, almost 10 o'clock.
The one night ones, they don't go that late. Not now.
No,
not when we do the single.
They really don't, mate. The single in thing, as long as everyone gets their games played, and I've won a couple of them. I think you've won a couple as well, Tom, haven't you?
Not for a while, but I have won some.
You right there, Gary?
Gary's made a couple of finals.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you.
Always the bridesmaid.
Part that counts.
Always the bridesmaid, mate.
I'm happy to be the bridesmaid.
Yeah.
As long as I get an invite, I'm happy.
But so as it's one of those ones that's, as Tom said, they don't. You think it will last forever, but it really doesn't. It's not that bad.
Yeah. Like I say, it's a great predicament to be in.
It is indeed.
So it's awesome. So yeah, all these new people that are joined are now gonna probably watch this and realise how much shit we talk. So
it's not just
all
in
understand
text.
the problems.
Yeah. It's not just in text form. We just talk shit.
What? I know you said you're not going to touch on the Wayne thing again, but my dad messaged me earlier and said he caught you on YouTube sticking your finger up to someone having a rant. I was like, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
What was that about?
It's right at the end of the
Gary.
It's right. I'm not going to get angry again, mate. But there was some person that's on that counter, and I beat him 3-0. And then he re-invited me again, and then he started putting in like hooky scores. You could tell how quickly he was scoring and the scores he was putting in. And then he started accusing me of cheating. And if you watch your podcast, you'll be. I don't really want to go all over it again.
I'll have a little look.
But I said
to be fair,
I named and shamed him.
Oh, okay.
If you'd seen Tam scoring a 140, you would assume that he's putting in dodgy scores. So
Yeah,
you can kind of see where he comes from.
Harry 2.0.
Yeah.
I think we best leave that one.
It's just guys like that. They just ruin the whole Dark Counter experience. And that's all. That was only, as I said, the only reason they invited me or re-invited me again at a V-match was so as they could come in and talk shit. That was all it was. They had no intentions of trying to play a game because he get beat. They're just like, "How are you, mate? Fuck."
Well, we'll let it go.
Yeah.
I'll watch the podcast. Sorry to bring it up.
Yeah. It's more for Tom. Tom looked very awkward as I was speaking in it. It was great, which made it even funnier.
I am here.
Tom always looks awkward.
Yeah.
It's in his nature.
See what I'm like in person. I'm just in the corner, like.
So have you
Nobody put baby in the corner.
have you got any of your I can't remember what the fuck it was. It riddles or something you done the last time, Gary? Have you got anything set up tonight, or are you just done nothing at all? So your jingle's getting rested tonight then?
Jingle is getting a rest. I'll be completely honest.
You
I
forgot.
didn't think we were coming on tonight.
I was going to say, you
I was
thought
completely unprepared.
that's the story of our life as well, mate.
I was at work, saw the message in my break saying we're on tonight. I thought, okay, we'll just wing it.
Me as well.
Yes. So
You want to do?
it's not a jingle, it's not a riddle, but prior to a previous episode of the weekly roundup, you picked a subject of Friends,
Yes.
and Michelle's a avid fan of Friends.
Cheers indeed, mate, yeah.
So I've got a question. Go off and tell her. Come back in next week, tell us if she got it right. You can have a go if you want.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd pick up this question.
As long as it's not fucking Chandler's birthday again.
It's not like what colour cups were they using? Or
Yeah. What's
his shoe
when
size?
does Monica have a period or something like that? It's nothing like that.
Tuesday.
So, how many episodes in total were made of the sitcom Friends?
In total.
In total. So, someone's going to ask Michelle and get back with her answer.
Give me a sec, mate, and I'll give you an answer in about 2 seconds. Don't need Michelle to answer my questions, mate.
It's not your question.
No, but it is.
Was every single one aired on TV?
Give me a
Or
sec.
did they have loads aired that made that they didn't actually release?
I'm
I'm
going
going to be 100% honest with you, Gary. I've watched like 3 episodes of Friends in my life.
to have a guess before I ask Michelle, mate, alright? You can tell me if I'm close, or if I'm right, then I'll not bother asking her. 244.
You are not right.
But I'm very close.
You're close.
Close to a lingerie shop without a front window, mate.
I'm baffled about how close you actually got.
I think it's 224.
No, it might be 246, actually. There might have been extra ones. Or maybe I've over. It's going to be round about, it's 240 minimum. It's got to be 240 minimum. Because I'm sure there was 24 each season. And there was 10 seasons. And I thought there was a London one that was a special ones. It's not 240, is it? Yeah, sorry.
There you go. So
There we go.
Left it on a cliffhanger. Got to wait for next week to get the answer now.
There we go.
well, unless you Google it, but that takes the fun away.
Yeah. You be sick.
I'll save the Googles when we do the quiz.
Yeah.
We've got a little debate tonight. Was it paranormal, JFK? I saw a couple of things in the chat. What did we settle on?
The paranormal stuff, Tom, wasn't it?
Paranormal, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Avid fan of it.
Yeah.
Let's run the.
I know you've been dying to do this because you mentioned it
I'm
for
a
the,
bit for this one.
the very first time you mentioned it. Here we go, mate. Let's get jingled.
Ooh.
So, let me just get my conversation started.
Right.
Well prepared for this.
Magnus in there.
New year, new you.
Kind of.
New Year, same old shit.
So, plan. It don't mean it's going to go to plan.
Yeah.
Because these are... So first things first, what's your thoughts on them? Not on them. What's your thoughts about it? Life after death?
I'm a believer.
You are.
I am. And I've got quite a few stories within the family, one of which drastically changed my dad's view on it.
Yeah.
And that kind of makes you think, okay, well, it can't all be wrong. When it got to the point that my auntie's house got demolished because of everything that was going on. So you think, okay, well,
But I mean,
that coincides with the stories my mum and dad told me growing up.
and there has been
You
a
think?
few. There's been a few movies out that are saying it's based on actual events and stuff. Just similar to what you're talking about, Gary. The Entity. Apparently, that was something that followed her about, and was there. I think they ended up having to move.
Got no. There's loads of like The Conjuring. They're all done on real life stories.
Yeah, it's based on. Well, I'll go and say actual events, but it's like how much of it's actually actual and how much of it is
To be
nonsense.
fair, you'd be surprised with how much of it is, because that follows Ed and Lorraine Warren, who are big. They've got like they collect like haunted objects. I believe she was a medium as well, or some kind. She had some kind of in touch with the other side as such. And they're American, and obviously there's the Enfield House in London. That was and then Peggy the doll. Not Peggy. Yeah, it is Peggy, aka Annabelle.
That was a movie,
if
was it
you've-
not? It's not a movie.
Which it's quite freaky looking into it, because it's like the whole, can an object be haunted? And it's like, so this doll, for example, they had it in a museum glass case, and someone challenged it by knocking on the glass. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And then he died on the way home in a motorbike accident. How much of that's coincidence? How much is it through?
As I've said to you boys before with any of this sort of stuff you talk about, I need sort of evidence. I don't sort of just believe in things willy-nilly, but there is some of it you just go, right, that is super, super freaky. You just go, it can't be that coincidence all the time. There's got to be some point when you go, right, something's not adding up here.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same as you, Tam. I think with this topic, there's a huge element of it of your brain telling you what you want to see on here.
Yeah.
It's like that whole thing, isn't it? Of like, if you're in the woods and it's pitch black, or you think you hear stuff or see stuff that you don't, it's just your mind. But at the same time, I think there is an element of truth. I personally haven't seen anything myself, but it doesn't mean I don't believe in it. I think there's too many stories out there. And like mediums, I follow a guy on TikTok, and some of the stuff that he gets random people joining in and he does like a reading for them. And you think, how would you possibly know that? It can't be staged.
So I think these guys are really good though, Gary. I mean, I'd need to see what you're talking about. These people are master manipulators. I mean, they understand how the human psyche works and everything. It's amazing to watch actually how good they actually are at manipulating and making you believe what they're saying. But they're getting information out of you all the time that you don't even realise they're doing it to you. And obviously they'll do some background stuff as well.
See, this is what I say, because Liz told me that she wanted to, she got a reading done through some, and I was like, don't give her anything, don't.
Yeah.
So I was the same. I was like, if she asks you something, just give it a very simple yes or no.
Or
Nothing
just
extra.
say, you tell me, you're the one that's meant to know everything. Why are you
nothing,
asking me questions? You don't need to be asking me
not like
questions.
A, B, B, C. So obviously, because they see your eye twitch or something. And she was on it, and she come down afterwards. She was like, I was just answering like yes or no or whatnot. And I was like, well, what did you tell her? And then she was telling me about how this medium, I said to her, there's someone watching over us who worked on boats. And Liz was like, hang on, in Scooby. So I spoke to my mum, and then that's where I found like my granddad's dad worked on boats. And I'm just like that. Well, hold on, is this just a common thing, something that they all used to do back then?
And
it's also like a common trade.
It's also one of those ones. Did you stay near water? If you stay near
But that's what I mean.
Water's edge, then you
common,
go. If you live near where the water is, then there's a good chance somebody in your family at some point must have been on a boat or a ship.
Well, we live in the middle, so no.
That's what I'm saying, mate. If you've got something like that, but that's obviously not the case.
But this is how much of it's like what I'm saying. So if I'm going for like someone that was like 2 generations back from your side, is it just you have a pot guess with a common trade back then?
And it's also one of those ones. How far back do you go before you go, right? If you keep going back, you're going to end up finding someone that has a connection to what they've said.
Yeah, that's the thing.
So, yeah, mediums. I think they're con men and con women. That's my personal opinion. I said to Liz,
I'd like to speak to this lady that you spoke to myself, so I know what I'm giving her or what she thinks she's trying to tell me from me. So, I mean, I can just sit there like, not even that.
Well,
you won't get much from me.
For me personally, I just think it's a whole load of horseshit. That's just my cynical way.
Is it not something you try then?
I would love to do it. I would. What you talk.
Or is it more the negative?
I would love to just go and just sort of go, right, let's hear your shit, and then you would know if it's something. You go, right, hold on a minute. There's no way they could know that, or say something that's very, very personal to yourself. Then you go, right, that's when you do have to open your mind to it. But no, for me, it's not.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I think there is a lot of people that capitalise on it, on people's beliefs, and they ruin it. Like Derek Akora, prime example.
Yeah.
Like, he totally ruins it because you just think you're a tit. Like, you've taken something that is relatively believable to completely exaggerating it to then making it a complete farce. When you see people do it sensibly, it's so convincing that you think, I've got no other reason not to believe it.
Have you ever done it, Gary? Have you ever been to one?
Or read it?
Yeah.
My sister has. I haven't. And my sister recorded it all.
Right.
And played it back to me. And there is absolutely no way this woman would have known anything about my family's history, anything like that. My sister's accounts on social media are all private, so you can't look at anything unless you're friends with her.
Yeah.
And she basically discussed my nan, who passed away a few years back. And she wasn't even fishing for information. She was just actively telling my sister what she wanted to get across. She said, does this number's coming through, does this ring any bells? And it's like, that's actually her front door number. And it's like, I'm seeing a picture of the moon. And it's like, well, we called her Nana Moon. And there's all these little things that you think, I mean, if you're good, you're fucking good. There's absolutely no way that you'd know this.
I think as well, that a big thing as well, though, Gary, is people want to believe in it, especially if it's loved ones.
Of course, yeah.
So you will sort of, don't get me wrong, what you're saying is it's you go, right, that is proper freaky stuff. But you're going, how much of it is it that you want to believe that it's true? So, it's one of those ones.
Yeah, I get it. But I think it's like, if they were going, got a heart attack coming through, and you go, no, I've got fell from a great, no. Like, if this process of elimination, you think, all right, mate, jog on.
Mm-hmm.
But when they just come forward and go, oh, okay, I think she was struggling for quite some time, and then sort of pretty much tells you what's happened, you think, yeah, that's exactly right. I couldn't have said it any better myself. That's when it's just like, okay, well, this is weird.
I think we should do that. We should do that at the meetup. We should maybe try and get a psychic.
Well, go get a reading.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Get it. Now,
Sit there crying.
We could hire them for one of the nights that we're there.
20 odd people rock into this little shop, and this is medium, right? We all want one.
Yeah. Let's go. Sorry, a medium won't fit me. You got a large. Sorry, boys. First one. That's 31 minutes before my first horrific show.
You've done really well there, mate.
I didn't it?
Well done.
Yeah.
But that's the point of it, isn't it? Because that was one of the things I was going to say. It's like, are people seeing stuff and believing it because you want to believe it?
This is it. And this,
you want that comfort.
That's when even with ghosts and stuff like that as well. I think Gary touched on it a bit. It's like they do like things. If you see random shapes, your brain wants to make a face out of it. Apparently, that's what your brain tries to make sense of random shapes. You're going, is that what it is that you're seeing? I don't know.
So, an argument that's been put out there is that if you was to weigh yourself after you die, you are 21 grams lighter or something, 21, something like that, which they reckon is the weight of your soul.
No, mate, I just don't buy all that.
I can't remember what the weight was.
I've got no.
And then the argument was someone's had to weigh someone, kill them, and weigh him straight after.
To me, it sounds like one of these things that someone's made up and put out there, and it's just
can't remember what I think it was. And then it's the whole like can violence or traumatic events imprint inside a building? So, say you fire a gun inside the building, can you then hear that 30 years later because it's imprinted in the building?
I mean, this is the thing. Who knows? It's like, because even scientists don't know how time works for a start. So you're going, so who knows what's...
I mean, we're still trying to prove if someone actually landed on the moon or not. What chance have we got of hearing a gunshot 30 years ago?
Yeah.
You wait until we cover Elvis next week.
Thank you very much. Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
It's a fascinating subject, though.
Anyway, Tom, you sent me a picture. What was the picture for?
So, this is one of the most, this has become quite a very famous picture. It was taken in, I think I just gave you the date as well, December 1936.
That sounds familiar, mate. I'm just going to double check. You definitely sent me. What did you send me on?
Discord.
Was it Discord?
Yeah. What date was that, Tom?
December 1936.
I think it was.
1936.
So,
and it wasn't the year I was born, Gary, before you say it.
No, it was much after.
December 36, mate, yeah.
Yeah, so I think nowadays it is easier, obviously because of technology and everything, to fake a picture. This was obviously back then. This went big. So Tam's got that.
Hang on a minute. What picture have you sent him?
Yeah.
You said this has got big. I've sent Tam a picture.
Hold on a minute.
Well, hopefully he puts up the right one.
Funnily enough, the picture's called Brown Lady. I hope it's not one of the... What is it?
That's because of the mould.
It's the scat picture. There we go. You see it okay? I'm not even kidding. It is actually called the Brown Lady, mate. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know why, because she's
something cool. But yeah, this is obviously this was someone from Country File that went around taking pictures or something. And this was back then when there's not so, well, strict photography
Yeah.
opinions.
Do you know
I think that's something that could have been done back then.
the first thing I can see, and I don't know if it could have been done back then, but that looks like the X-ray of someone's hand. Because in the top right, it just looks like fingers.
Yeah.
Don't know if you can see that or not, but that's what it
Yeah,
looks
no,
like.
See, now you've said it, like, yeah, but that's the banister behind at the top of the stairs.
But it's one of those ones as well, because back to now you're saying about it's more difficult to doctor pictures and all that.
Mm.
Fair enough. But it's also the equipment wasn't as good, so you could have faults. Maybe it's been an overexposure, or don't get me wrong, I think we need RAB for that one. But you know what I mean? It could be something that's happened while the picture was taken. It could have been something that happened while it was been developed. As Gary said, it could just be something as simple as someone's hand. Someone could have put their hand on this. They could have put their hand on it, or it could have been something that's happened.
It's really freaky. You're talking about exposure and pictures. My granddad, my dad's dad, was a very keen photographer, and he had some really old school cameras. And my dad had them in a box in the loft. And when we were going through them, we opened the box. You know the old-fashioned like bulbs that flash and smash when you take the picture?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we opened the box, this bulb just flashed. And we weren't touching it. And you think, fucking hell, this is weird. But again, is it just coincidence? Something's pushed the button by accident, and you want to believe that he's there with you.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But it's weird. When it happens, it's weird.
It's funny that you're saying about that picture, Tom, because once you'd sent me a picture, there was one I remember hearing about, which I don't even know if you can explain this one, mate. It is. I mean, I've no words for it. Because I was saying, man, I just need to.
It'd be like Casper, is it, or something?
I was going to say, this is where we're going to start mocking now.
Ghostbusters.
What? I don't know if I like where you guys are coming from with this, by the way. It's just, I just feel that I can't bloody find it now. Lost it now. No, can't find it. That would have been awesome as well. But I'm absolutely disgusted that you would think that I would do that to you, Tom.
So I think we've called him out. I think we've caught him. And now he's got a backfire.
Deflected.
He's thinking, shit, they've done me.
Yeah.
But no, there's arguments both sides of it. And I think it's one of them, you won't believe it.
I was right. That's Fatso, isn't it?
Yeah. Slimer. Fucking Fatso.
Brilliant.
Hope you weren't talking about me there, baby. I hope you're talking about the picture.
That was the picture. This is Ghostbusters, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Slimer, the character's name was.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Fatso and Casper.
Yeah.
Again, shows the age difference there, Tam. Sorry about it.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
That's just how predictable you are.
Yeah, no, mate. I don't like to disappoint them.
So, Tom, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Why is this topic such a go-to topic for you?
I don't know. I'll tell you, ever since I think that I've seen something myself that I can't explain, it's like, it's something I could talk about for hours, and you get like the right videos.
Yeah.
And if I had a bit more time and I could have shared it myself, we'd have been sat here for 3 hours. Like I say, I think because you believe you've seen it, and it's not one of them where I'm happy to sit there and go, I believe because I've seen.
Mm.
You kind of want to answer it yourself, but you lead yourself in such down a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing I think about myself. Obviously, I can't speak for you, Gary, but I'm assuming that you're the same. It's one of those ones, until you see something, how much of it can you really believe? You might go, right, it's a bit freaky, but you're
Yeah.
not really going to believe in it, I don't think.
No, and that's exactly what I'm like in our previous topic of like aliens or unidentified flying objects. I don't want to completely disregard it and but at the same time, you've got to see it to believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as Bigfoot. I would love them to be real, but no one's seen one. And you think, how can something that big be in the woods and no one's ever seen it?
Yeah, it's just nonsense.
So, yeah, until I see something myself, I will always remain a little bit skeptical.
Yeah.
But I'm always going to be open-minded to it as well.
She's at it.
Yeah.
So you can't be in it.
It's one of those things we spoke about before. That's how this started off. Was nothing worse than a closed-minded person that just won't open their mind to anything other than what they think. You're like, you have to open your mind up to at least entertain the notion that it could be. Yeah. And even if you don't believe in it, you've got to sort of go, right, listen to what people have to say about it rather than shoot them down in flames before they've even said anything.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Cool. Good topic.
So
So you got Elvis next week, have we?
Have you seen the videos of that?
Well, I've seen videos of Elvis, but anything in particular you want me to look at?
No, so there's this bloke. I can't remember what his name is now,
Elvis.
but he's popped up out of nowhere, and they've tried to like run history on him before, and he runs a church, and apparently he sounds exactly the same. He sings exactly the same. If you look into it, you'll see what I'm on about.
Is that the documentary thing that it was on? There was too much talking in it, mate. I prefer a bit more action. A little guy's conversation and a little more action.
I was there. When you started talking, I thought, is this a serious point? I'm not. I know.
Right. Before
Sorry, Tom.
we go on to this quiz, I just need to adjust myself.
Do you want the jingle played just now, mate?
Were you adjusting the brown lady?
Jesus Christ. Oh, you're not adjusting the brown fella there, mate.
I told you, ever since this trampoline incident, I can't sit. What's so funny now?
Jeez, old mate.
Nothing.
Yeah,
That's this funny picture. No.
yeah.
As you went, Tom, go.
But are you ready to go, Tom, Pauline?
I don't know. I feel like I'm like really low down now.
No.
Hello, my name's Tom.
Right, Tom, Thumb, are we ready? Right, here we
Yeah.
go. I don't even know if this is the right jingle, but I'm playing it anyway.
Right. Full enthusiasm, please, Tom.
Let's do it, mate.
Where the hell has he gone now?
Jesus
But-
Christ. Chris Tartt doesn't do this, I tell you.
That's a bit better. Yeah, walking onto stage.
But with his arse down the camera, I don't think that happens, mate.
Yeah, that's well in the camera. Welcome, all. It's my enthusiastic quiz.
Yeah.
Oh, smile.
Is it just your head that's doing it today? Is your torso not getting involved in this one, mate? No.
What have I done now?
You are very low down, I'm saying, your torso,
You know-
body.
You know when
Yeah,
you're like at Christmas time when you're trying to get too many people around the table, and someone has to sit on the little on the.
I want a little footstool.
Oh God, I'll have the footstool.
Yeah.
That's what you did.
What happened to the not mocking?
Oh yeah. So
This is technically quiz time.
We're not actually
The
mocking you.
jingle's been played.
We're mocking you, we're not mocking your quiz, mate, to be fair.
sorry, Tom. I
I'm on a
forgot
normal
myself.
size chair.
I'm a
Thank you.
real boy.
There we go. Ruined already.
Okay.
So, as said earlier, it is a quiz on last year.
Jesus.
I was thinking about, not so much thinking about it. I think I'm going to do one on the darts group.
Oh.
That's going to come up, but that means a little bit more digging. So I've got some ideas for that. But for this week, we'll just have to cope with what happened last year.
Nice.
Okay.
Who would like to go first? Who would like to be 1? Who would like to be 2?
Well, I think
I'll
I'm
let you-
going to be 2 at this quiz, so as well. We're going number 2.
Okay, where we go?
And give Gary the honours of.
Numero uno.
So here we go. The category for this one, Gary, is sport. So you'll both get a sport question. Question 1. Men were allowed to compete in which sport for the first time in Paris 2024?
Breakdancing.
No,
Is it the
not.
floor thing from gymnastics?
No. Synchronized swimming.
No, it was.
Am I making up breakdancing? I swear I read something about that.
No,
Yeah,
it was
because that
breakdancing.
like Australian woman,
but
like kangaroo.
she was just fucking horrific. You're like, how the fuck did she get on that?
World number 1 had got no points.
No, she was Australian number 1.
Australian.
Australian number 1.
Well,
like,
number 1 with no points.
you're like, surely somebody in Australia must have been better than her.
Men's synchronised swimming.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Wow. Don't feel like I'm missing out on not seeing that.
Yeah.
There's-
I'll be honest, when I watch synchronised swimming, it's not the swimming I'm watching it for. I'll be honest, boys.
No, it's the synchronicity.
Mm.
Do you know what? That is the biggest word you've used
Yeah.
in all of these casts.
You've been listening to too much Sting and Police, I think, mate. That's
How
one of their
can you-
albums.
How
was-
can you say that but not say English?
I had to say it very slowly in my defence.
Yeah.
Synchronicity.
Right, tell me your question.
Oh, God.
How many gold medals did Team GB win at the Olympics?
86.
Gold medals.
So that's not right then. That was...
Okay, you
No.
have 86.
No, wait. I just said that I thought it was medals, so... 45.
Good guess. Good guess.
You fucking welcome me, Tom?
No. Gary,
23.
14.
Oh, they got
Gold medals, yes.
I thought they done quite well. They usually do quite well in the Olympics.
We do well at medals, just not.
Yeah, I
necessarily
think maybe
gold.
that's what it is. Yeah.
It's not the gold one.
Mm-hmm.
So category 2 is music.
Oh, fucking Taylor Swift. Here we go. Jesus Christ.
Taylor Swift is not an answer.
Billy Ocean.
Quickly, before we move to that, in the weekly roundup, Gary,
Yes.
Tam tried a riddle.
Saw it.
Did you see it? My 7 straight off.
Yeah, odds and even number. And you got it straight away, and Tam was very disappointed.
Yeah.
It's a bit like his Ghostbusters picture tonight, wasn't it?
I think I'm getting too obvious, boys. I think you're going to have to get another wingman. My paddles all used up.
So, Gary, singer Baby Lasagna represented which country at Eurovision 2024?
I mean, straight away, I want to go Italy because it's lasagna. But that sounds like too obvious answer.
It's very stereotypical.
I'm just going to say Italy. Sometimes the obvious ones are the obvious one.
It's not Italy.
No.
That weren't one of these occasions.
Lithuania.
Croatia.
Yeah.
When I asked Liz that, she said Italy as well, straight off the bat.
You would
That's the
think
most
that.
obvious one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. 10.
Hello.
Name the album by Coldplay which became the fastest selling album of British act 2024.
Huge steaming pile of shit. That's my guess.
I don't think that's the answer.
No, is that not?
Well, I'm
it?
sure. I'm
Oh,
sure it's not the answer.
Damn it. I thought I had it there.
You're not a Coldplay fan, Tam? Yeah, me neither.
So is it worth passing this one over?
Something to do with the moon.
Oh,
Is it?
I'm going to let you have it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is it? Unless it's called something to do with the moon, he's not fucking getting it.
I'm fucking telling you. What's it called?
Moon music.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
No,
You
I'll
can have a
actually,
point for
I'll
that.
give you that one. Actually, I will give you that one. That's
Saw
that
it on
isn't far
the
away.
Jimmy Carr's Big Fat Quiz of the Year, and I remembered something to do with the moon.
Do you know what the bad thing is? I actually watched the Big Fat Quiz of Everything, but I've not watched the one of the year. I've not watched that one yet. Or
Oh,
would I
well,
got
just
that?
hope none of these come up then. I did watch the Quiz of the Year one. And is it wrong that I knew who them two special ones that come out straight away? The two ladies, because she got stuck in a window.
I know.
Yes.
I've, not, I've not seen that one yet.
I did. I watched it. I was like,
Oh, is that the one I
"She's
thought
one for boobs fell out."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see their You saw their tattoos that they've got, the matching tattoos.
Yeah. Isn't it amazing when it comes to boobs? We remember anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So category 3, celebrities.
Taylor Swift.
None of the answers are Taylor Swift. Harry, which singer wore a handbag made from ice to the 2024 Met Gala?
Doja Cat.
No.
Billie Eilish.
No, Camila Cabello.
Oh, fair enough.
Was that correct?
No, you said it better than English.
Let's be honest, does anybody fucking care?
Really?
So here we go. You're mocking it already.
No, I'm saying,
Sorry.
does anybody actually care what her name is? Because she's shitter than your quizzes, mate.
The viewers might want to know.
Sorry, did you use a plural there? So surely you meant the viewer.
That's not my dad.
He knows now. Sam, which famous Love Island couple split in August 2024 after 5 years together? Gary knows this one. He's there to pounce.
Did that Danny Dyer, lassie? Nah, fuck was it.
Tommy
Well
Fury.
done, Gary.
Tommy Fury, Molly May.
Congratulations. It's 2 for Gary there.
Thank you.
So category 4 is TV and film, which I hope one of you get this answer right because I can't say his... Shush. Which actor... Gary, which actor played the Joker in the film, 2024 film?
I'm never going to remember his name. And it's so annoying because I can close my eyes and see him. But I don't know his name. Tam, got it. Go on, Tam.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes.
Got to say, though, what an incredible actor.
Yeah.
Unbelievable role to play.
I find it so hard because I don't think you can beat his.
Yeah.
It's a different approach to it though.
Yeah.
Took its toll, though, didn't it, on Heath?
Yeah.
That took a bit of a turn. Sorry.
Yeah. Fair enough. Happy New Year, everyone.
Your question for TV and film.
Here I go. Here I get my other point.
Which actress played Astrid in the 2024 comeback movie Beetlejuice?
Winona Ryder. I didn't know. I couldn't remember her character's name.
Gary.
Oh, God, this was on that Jimmy Carr program as well.
Was it?
Yeah, because they morphed his face into hers, and you had to work out who it was.
Oh, they did. Yes, they did.
But all I can see is Jimmy Carr, and I know he was.
Well, technically it was.
Oh, no idea, mate. So yeah, no idea. Pass.
I think I might know it, but I can't remember her name. I know that sounds ridiculous. Is it Catherine something?
No, I thought you were just about to say it.
No. What was it?
Jenna.
Ortega.
Coleman? Ortega?
Do you know what? I was just going to say, is it the one that played Wednesday? And then
Yeah.
I thought, no, I don't think it was her.
It can't be
Jenna
that because
Ortega.
it's only a Tuesday. So
Give her a drink on Wednesday.
Well, this is the category I know you two are going to excel in.
oh Jesus.
World events and politics.
Stand a chance.
So, Gary. Typhoon Yagi
Yeah,
wreaked havoc
it sounds like Scooby Doo's partner.
in 2024
Okay.
throughout which continent?
Scooby Doo.
Asia.
Right.
Fucking got to be in it.
Has to be.
My name like Yagi.
In January, which country became the fifth to achieve a soft landing on the moon with its slim mission?
So you couldn't even do a soft landing on your trampoline.
Yeah. Fuck, that was me. Italy.
So I not get the choice to. I knew that one.
Go on, Gary, what is it?
It's Japan, Tom.
Can't give you a point there, sorry. So Gary wins,
It was a tiebreaker then.
unless you want a tiebreaker.
Oh,
I
that's
really
good.
like the suspense you created there, Tom.
Yeah, it was. Neither of the two of us realising we're coming up to the end there.
Oh, sorry.
If you've got a tiebreaker, you're just going to sit way down there on the bottom.
I
of
said,
the
do you
screen.
want a tiebreaker?
Yeah. Do you think you can reach up to get it from down there?
I don't like how I'm just.
Please, sir. Can I have more?
Wait a minute. Let's all do the Tom.
Just to let you know, I'm busy next Tuesday.
Oh,
And for a few more Tuesdays.
yeah. Well, I've had it ever.
Right, tiebreaker.
Right.
Closest
Right, go, mate.
win.
Go.
How many pieces?
Um,
The thing is, on my screen, you're actually like that. And it's like trying to talk to Wayne Rooney and Peter Crouch at the same time.
oh,
How many pieces are in the 3.5 foot tall Eiffel Tower Lego set?
oh, Gary's up first. Thank God. How many pieces?
3.5 foot tall.
Oh, it's not me on camera.
I mean, we know it's 3.5 foot tall, but any clue on girth?
No, it's 3.5 foot tall.
Okay. Cheers for your help.
Well, it's not like I've got the box and I've just picked it.
2,500.
Right.
Right. Oh, that's a way under what I was thinking, but no, I can't always overshoot. I'm going to do it so that I win this week, but then I'm going to give you what I actually think it is. So I'm going to go for 3,000, but I think it's going to be about 8,000. But my answer is 3,000.
Right. So when I'm gonna give you the answer right now.
That would be good.
Yeah, it's generally how quizzes worked on.
So when I was sitting in the tiebreaker, I asked Liz this question,
Mhm.
and she got within 14 of the answer, and I think that was just pure luck.
Right.
The answer is 3,428.
So I was within
428. You won.
Well done, Tam. I
So
will,
you guys that don't help with this, because like, I gave you the answer, Tam's right, and you're just like, yeah, right. You sit here mocking that I'm this bottom at the screen. My quiz is just shit. Give you an answer. Okay.
but
you,
you can't blame us. It's the way that you ask them.
Tom,
You
you're not
literally-
you need to get the first one of the year out of the way, mate. You're not doing it anymore. Come on. It's not a quiz unless you
I'm
say you're
not.
not doing it anymore.
I'll do it next week. Don't worry.
Well, I'm not doing it anymore then.
Do we, Tam, what do you think on his enthusiasm levels?
I think he still has to work on that, mate, to be honest. I think
Yeah.
I think he has-
can see
Still not
improvement.
small enough.
I think he has to work on his camera positioning as well. Because he can get yourself up a wee bit in the camera. So yeah.
I definitely noticed a difference, Tom. So well done on making an effort. I think there's still room for improvement there.
I think the quiz this year and this week, it was just shit this time. It wasn't fucking shit. So that's an improvement, mate. So, so yeah,
That's borderline like a compliment.
that is, mate. That's as close as to one year again.
No, take it.
You'd easily pleased, don't we?
But I think that'll do us, boys. I think
So say end on a high.
we've run out as much out of this as we can.
And with me going off to bed a happy boy.
I think we'll have to maybe revisit the paranormal stuff on a more serious note. I think it'd be quite good to do a more in-depth thing with that, a bigger deep dive on that stuff. And do some research this time.
I think with that, it's like pick a case that you want to look into.
That's what I was meaning, mate. Do a couple of cases and look into them and see, pick the bones out of them.
I will send over a list of 2 or 3 to look at.
Yep. And I'll dig out some stuff, some facts, and
Perfect.
I'm quite partial to a fact or two. Thank you very much, boys. It was fun as always. Good to get the gang back together again.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been good.
And this,
Enjoy your week.
See you in a few.
see you on the board. I'll see
Right.
you on the board, especially, Tom, because you've got a game to play.
Yeah.
When people watch this, good chance you'll be crying because you get beat by the hedgehog and myself, mate. So
When's your game? Have you got a confirmed date?
I think tomorrow we're talking about, isn't it? Some point tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, I'm with that in a minute.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get the other league managers involved with the commentary game.
Yeah, mate. That's a surprise, Tom, with the commentary today.
If I knew about that, I might thrown a bit better.
Yeah, mate.
But
Oh,
let us know when you can get a commentary game in and we'll organise it for then.
Well,
Definitely.
I'm sure we'll be fine for tomorrow.
Sounds like
All
a
right.
plan, mate.
Right, catch you all in a
Thanks
bit.
a lot,
Been a
gents.
pleasure.
See you
Ciao.
later, guys. Bye.
Bye bye.